morning. Welcome to our daily vlog of Unsung Heroes of the Bible. Different mug each day. Today is the Youth Ministry Institute of New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary. That was started by my good friend Alan Jackson, Dr. Alan Jackson, who is now a pastor in Atlanta at Dunwoody Baptist Church, and lift him up in prayer because he's battling that old cancer and having to take treatments for that, and I pray that the Lord will see him through it so he can continue his great ministry. Well, our unsung hero for today, once again, is a group of people. We're looking at Deuteronomy in that section of the Old Testament on these unsung heroes, and today there have been unsung heroes that their concern was for justice and mercy. One of the most important systems in this in Israel in the early days was the cities of refuge, places where the accused of manslaughter could flee for protection and to seek justice. But these cities, they didn't just run themselves. So the unsung heroes today are the guardians of these cities of refuge. Who were these guardians? Joshua chapter 20, verses 1 through 3. Then the Lord said to Joshua, "Tell the Israelites to designate the cities of refuge, as I instructed you through Moses, so that anyone who kills a person accidentally and unintentionally may flee there and find protection from the avenger of blood." So these cities were set apart as sanctuaries. Those who accidentally killed somebody, it wasn't direct murder, as it were. So the Levites were appointed to oversee them, and they had to ensure that justice and fairness prevailed in these situations. Guardians, likely Levites and city officials, ensured the safety of the fugitives when they ran there, and enforced the legal process. There was a legal process in this. We learn from this that God's justice always balances truth and mercy. These guardians ensured that both were upheld. So what was their role? They had to maintain accessible roads so people could get there. Roads leading to the cities had to be kept clear and well marked so that fugitives knew where they could go. And they provided a fair trial. The accused could claim refuge, but they had to present their case before the elders at the city gate. You find this in Joshua 20 as well. They protected those fugitives because there were probably people out for vengeance on them. As you can imagine, the avenger of blood sought revenge, and the guardians ensured that the accused were not harmed unjustly. And so they ensured residency for these people also until the high priest died. The fugitive had to stay in the city until the high priest died, after which they could return home safely. You find this in Numbers chapter 35 and verse 12. They will be places of refuge from the avenger, so that anyone accused of murder may not die before they stand trial before the assembly. So the intent here was that true justice and order would be done, that somebody wouldn't take the law into their own hands and kill these people, so they could flee there, and these guardians would make sure they got a just and fair trial. Why are they unsung heroes? Well, their role was largely administrative and protective rather than military or priestly. They ensured that innocent people weren't wrongly executed. And so they also wanted to make sure that the law was not abused for somebody's personal vengeance. Micah 6:8 says, "He has shown you, O mortal, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God." even when justice is unpopular, standing for fairness and mercy will reflect God's heart as well. God is just, and justice should be done, but God is also loving and merciful, and they don't cancel each other out. So what can we learn from them? Well, I think we are also called as God's people today to be guardians of justice and mercy in our own communities. Like them, we should defend the innocent. We should seek fairness and maintain a place where people can get refuge if they need it. We can point people to Jesus, who is, of course, the ultimate refuge. Hebrews 6:18 says, "We who have fled to take hold of the hope set before us may be greatly encouraged." These guardians of the cities of refuge may not have been warriors or prophets, but their role was crucial in the society of Israel. They protected the vulnerable. They upheld the law and provided a path for redemption where it was appropriate. Today, we're called to do the same and make those same kind of stances as God's people. Are we willing to be guardians of justice and mercy in the world in which we live? Well, God bless you. Have a great day.